Any abstentions? Next item.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
All right, next item.
Item 1, a new business requesting commission approval of a 3-year sole source professional services contract with McAllister Machinery Co. Inc., DBA Michigan Cat, to provide original equipment, manufacturer Caterpillar equipment, and repairs on an as-needed basis.
Okay, someone on here for this one? This is a sole source, so maybe can explain why that is. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, everybody. Michelle Yancey, DPS admin. The reason that this is a sole source is because this is a OEM type of contract where we need to make sure that we utilize the original equipment manufacturing parts, so we won't void out any warranties and things like that.
And this contract's a lot more than other year contracts with them, correct?
That's correct.
And why is that?
Due to shortage in staff in our mechanics area and due to higher cost in just repairs and parts in general. We didn't use as many and our fleet is getting older. So the parts that we're utilizing is in a smaller bucket, I would say. And it's hard to find and it's hard to replace, and just the cost of everything that's being inflated right now.
So until we get more people working for the county doing this type of thing,
Or newer equipment.
or newer equipment, which we're coming to at some point today.
For trucks, yes.
Yes.
Yes, but this particular one, our fleet is just getting older.
Yep.
And so it's gonna cost us more.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? We'll take all these items and do something at the end with them. All right, thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
All right, next item.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Ciorba Group for professional engineering design services for the Racco Road Bridge replacement over Blakely Drain in Brownstown Township.
Okay, we're doing a lot of bridge work here this season, the engineering work. Any questions on this? Okay, next item.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with the 1-year option to renew with Ciorba Group for professional engineering design services for the Inkster Road Bridge replacement over Blakely Drain in Brownstown and Huron Townships.
Okay, so this is adding Huron Township into it as well. It looks like this is a Chicago group, but they're subcontracting to Wayne County businesses for the most part. Any questions? Next item. Okay, for both of them. Okay, and you can do that I'll do it in full board. Okay. Yep, thank you. Okay, next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of a 3-year professional services contract with a 1-year option to renew with Intercity Contracting for ditch cleanout and culvert inspection services at various locations throughout the county.
Okay, this is a $3 million contract. Is someone here with this? I'm going to have some very happy constituents with this contract. Steve, I don't think that's working.
Oh, okay. Good morning.
Good morning. And just hit the button so it turns green and introduce yourself.
Good morning, Steve Shea, Division Director, Wayne County Roads Division.
So can you tell us about this?
Yes, Commissioner Marecki, thank you. So we're very excited about getting our ditching program back into place. So this is going to consider a lot of roads in different townships: Northville, Redford, Romulus, Sumter, Huron River. So we have selected some locations that are deeply bad, that need of ditching. And hopefully we can get this through so we can get to work.
How long do you think it will take for the county to get like on top of the ditching areas with this contract?
I think this is a pretty decent company. They have a lot of equipment.
Okay.
It's all based on, how fast they move. There's a lot involved in it, Commissioner Marecki. You have to do some columnist dig. Originally, you have all the utilities get staked out. prior to going in and start cutting the ditches in order to make sure that drainage is proper. So once we do that, that's going to take some time, mobilization. So I would hope that we'll move pretty quick.
So they'll start this season?
Yes,
Okay.
that's the plan.
Okay. Since I became a commissioner in 2015 and 10 years before that, Napier Road has been brought up like every 3 months.
Napier Road is right on top. This is the top one on the list.
Yay. Grace, you have to call them today and tell them the good news. Commissioner Hattis,
Thank you. You know, it's
turn on your mic.
for me. In the ditches, the cocktail section, it's been really a difficult issue, I think, in township.
Al, will you turn on your mic? Just hit it.
There you go.
There you go.
Especially in Sumter and a little bit of Van Buren and Huron Township.
Yes.
So my question, because lately you could see most of the complaint I received for last couple months, probably on daily basis, 2 or 3 in those area. And the people finally get agitated, like they complain and nothing happened. We have a contract, you mentioned it's a good company, they have a good reputation. But my question is, the forestry is still doing some of the work to speed up the process?
So we have been doing some ditching, Commissioner Al, but not to the extent that we wanted to, because actually we're behind on ditching. So this is the main reason why we went out for bid, to get somebody that's qualified, that's really got a lot of equipment and a lot of experience. And they're a reputable and a responsible bid, so we moved on.
Yeah, and I hope if you give some attention to some intersection where there good traffic, it's where most of the complaint I have. People come to the intersection and they can't see who's coming from the other side.
Correct.
Because it's not been maintained or cleaned for more than 1 or 2 years. So hopefully this one gonna ease up the pressure on us.
Right. So well noted, Commissioner Al. Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Have we ever hired someone to help us out with this in the past?
I think we have
Yes.
in the past.
Okay.
That's before my time, Commissioner Marecki. But yeah, we're real excited to get this rolling here.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm very
The-
excited.
The only thing we did in the past, we hired some company to help us in some median to cut the grass.
Right.
But the ditches and the drain issue, that it's been, since I've been on the commission for 9 years, it's been the same.
Questions?
Hopefully with Steve, we'll get it done this year.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of a retroactive addendum to a cooperative agreement with Johnson Controls to rent a 400-ton chiller to provide air conditioning for the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice.
Okay, you know this one, retroactive.
Lucky Mr. Basham's not here.
Why is this retroactive? Good morning, and please introduce yourselves.
Sure. Good morning. Greg Hurst, Director of Facilities Management and Planning.
Good morning, Daryl Jones, or Director of Facility Management.
Okay, so tell us about this item.
Yes, ma'am. Obviously, it's a retro contract, and I know that the board and commissioners do frown on that. But there are certain particular reasons for that. As you know, that Frank Murphy Hall of Justice has been ongoing of renting chillers for the past 5 or 6 years. During the season of those, that you have to actually order those chillers probably 6 months in advance. And the process is to get that chiller in place with a tentative agreement that we would necessarily start it up once we had it in place to be able to start up right away. The retro part came where that the temperatures exceeded over 90 degrees, and it was a health and safety issue, and we got many complaints even from prosecutor. And we had to start the chiller up a little bit earlier than prematurely is where we started the chiller. So that's the reason why it goes into retroactive.
It was just a couple weeks, 3 weeks?
It was probably about 3 weeks into the process of that, because I think if everyone remember, we had temperatures in the 95, 98, 100-degree temperature. I think we even reached a few times with the humidity being very high. I will always mark myself on the area of health and safety. I'm sorry, bless you. I will always mark myself on the health and safety and definitely stand in front of the commission necessarily to take the blows of that.
Well, sure. I mean, if everybody's complaining how hot it is, I mean, that's just not cool, but, okay, I appreciate that. Questions? All right,
Thank you.
thank you. Hmm. Okay, next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of a cooperative agreement with Todd Wenzel Buick GMC of Westland to purchase 21 pickup trucks and 4 sport utility vehicles for the Department of Public Services Roads and Parks Divisions.
Okay, anyone here for this? This is good news. Good morning
Good
again.
morning again, Michelle Yancey, Department of Public Services Admin Division. Yes, this is very good news. Like I said previously, we have a old fleet that includes the service vehicles that our staff uses to facilitate their jobs. So with this contract, roads will be receiving 15 vehicles and parks 10 vehicles.
Do they have to be retrofitted with anything, or are these just going to be regular vehicles?
Some will be regular vehicles. I believe some of the SUVs will be. However, they might have the lights that are installed in the cars, but nothing to the sense that it needs to be, be totally retrofitted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the contract's for $1 million, so that's pretty good, 25 vehicles.
Yes, and we have some like ready to go. Like the vendor's been holding some of the vehicles for us at cost at the same price. So we're trying to get this through. And the older vehicles we will put for auction.
And this is Act 51 money and
Yes.
park
Park
millage.
millage.
Yep. Okay. Any questions on this? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item.
Item 7, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Detroit to provide reimbursement to the city related to improvements to the West Warren streetscape between Southfield Road and Greenfield Road.
Who's here on this one? Good morning.
Good
Morning. Alan Cole, I'm the assistant division.
Can you hit your button just once? On the bottom.
Yeah, you got it.
Got it?
Okay,
Okay,
good
go ahead.
morning. Alan Cole, I'm the assistant division director of engineering.
Okay. So tell us about this item and
Okay, City of
basically
Detroit.
what happened with this.
Okay, thank you. Basically, City of Detroit, at the same time, Wayne County plans to improve the road, Warren Road between Greenfield and Southfield. And during that time, at the same time, City of Detroit is also planning to have their streetscape project on the same segment of road. So we partner with them to accommodate their request, at the same time improve the road. So the construction cost is about 2-point-something million, and because they added the sidewalk, they added the bump out and landscaping, and so we're only providing $850,000 for the project.
And we didn't do any of the work, right?
No, we didn't. It's all managed and constructed by City of Detroit.
So how come we didn't get an IGA on this?
Unfortunately, there are so many revisions on the IGA at the same time with a slow response from the city. That's the reason why we we are submitting this IGA.
Okay, so the work's already been done, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's not normally how we do everything, but does anybody have any questions at this point? Okay. And I think Felicia for her input. Okay, there might be some more questions at full board, so you might just want to be prepared for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item.
Moving to the addenda, item 9, requesting commission approval of a professional services contract with AIS Construction Equipment Corp. To provide original equipment manufacturer parts and repairs for Great All Construction Equipment on an as-needed basis.
Okay, this is a sole source contract as well. If somebody could just highlight that. It's for 500,000. And I think we know the answer, but just to be on the record.
Michelle Yancey, DPS admin. I should just sit at this table.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a sole source due to the fact that we are purchasing OEM parts and repairs. And this is the only vendor in the state of Michigan that can provide us these services.
All right,
And due to the warranty, we need to use these parts.
sure.
Yes.
Okay, any questions on this? Okay, thank you. Are you for the next one, Michelle, too?
Yes, ma'am.
Madam Clerk, next item.
Item 10, requesting commission approval of a 4-year professional services contract with Bill Jones Enterprises, DBA Metro Airport Truck for parts and repairs for various makes of trucks, trailers, and off-road equipment for leaf and coil spring, suspension, and steering components for the Department of Public Services Equipment Division.
Okay, so this is for 600,000 and this is just a contract for all different.
Correct.
Okay, sounds good. Questions on this? Okay, you're not on the next one, so thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 11, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Great Lakes Engineering Group for professional engineering design services for the Sheldon Road Bridge replacement over Science Drain in Canton Township.
Okay, some more bridge work. Questions on this? Next item.
Item 12, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Gibraltar for improvements to the Cook County Cook Community Senior Center.
Okay, this is from Commission Park Millage monies. And this is to make improvements to the senior center in Gibraltar. Any questions? Next item.
Item 13, requesting commission approval of Amendment 3 to an intergovernmental agreement for the Township of Van Buren to apply the township's 2021 through 2022 park millage allocation for improvements to French Landing Park.
Okay, this to extend the agreements that the county had with the township. Questions on this?
Also, I like to be the motion maker for that.
Sounds good. All right, next item.
Item 14, requesting commission approval of a 3-year professional services contract with the 1-year option to renew with PK Contracting LLC for lane line marking and removal of various county primary and local roads.
Is someone here for this? And this is almost a $9 million contract. Good morning.
Hi, Eric Lentz, Traffic Maintenance Engineer, Wayne County DPS Roads Division.
Welcome. And,
Steve Shea, Division Director for Roads Maintenance.
all right. So this is big contract,
Yes,
and this is going to be for 3 years.
yep.
It's going to do all the lane line markings and the removals.
Right, yeah, repaint all the roads
Okay.
within Wayne County.
Okay,
For each year. So they'll be doing it 3 times for the life of the contract.
okay, so it's not just the new road work, it's going through the whole county. You're
Yes.
doing it. Okay,
Mhm.
great.
Correct.
That's good news. Questions? Pretty straightforward. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Okay, Madam Clerk, next item. Going back to the regular agenda.
We need a motion for the item.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Do I have, okay, we have an approval of the agenda from Commissioner Palomera. And support by Commissioner Hattis. Roll call, please, or we use our things here. Okay, I can't. I'm a yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you. Okay, now back to the regular agenda.
Moving back to the agenda, item 8, update on the Western Wayne County Therapeutic Recreation Program.
Okay, we have people here from Canton that would like to just briefly update us on the therapeutic park. You may remember there's a lot of discussion this last couple of years. And I know I saw a PowerPoint when the supervisor was at, I think, CWW about this. So thought it would be good for you guys to come in, especially during budget time, and just give us a review. And you have a PowerPoint, and please introduce yourself. Well, welcome.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. No. Green light was on. There we go. All right. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. Always great to come and talk about a therapeutic rec program with you. My name is John Lefevre. I serve as the Community Development Director for Canton Township. And with
My name is Rebecca Riley. I'm a certified therapeutic recreation specialist.
Great.
so
Okay.
we're
Well, I know Cheryl was able to download this for you, so take it away.
Thank you. Yeah, and we're throwing Becca here to the fire today. She's been with us a whole month and we'll highlight her in the presentation, but I appreciate her joining me here today with this. I just wanted to give you a real quick background of the program. So this actually started back in 2004. We received some initial funding from the Wayne County Parks Millage program. And the idea was that none of us communities alone have enough participants to really justify a robust therapeutic rec program. So by joining together with multiple communities, as you see they're listed, we all came together and leveraged the resources that we had, the facilities, the staff, the programs, to offer a stronger program for our participants with disabilities. So we enjoyed that funding from 2004 until 2015 very consistently, and grew the program as a result. There were a couple changes along the way. You can go to the next slide, please. Namely, so Westland went through some changes, and they had a very large program for individuals with disabilities, and they had to close their doors, unfortunately, in 2012. So at that point, Canton kind of was the last community remaining holding all the cards. So we continued the program. We wanted to make sure that we were offering those services for all of the residents. And we've done so. We've continued to do so despite kind of a hit or miss funding. The funding ended in 15, no funds received in 16, and 17 we were able to, thanks to our commissioner, leverage some funds to get back, but then we lost those again in subsequent years. So we've been working with DWIN, and last year we came before you, as Commissioner Markey mentioned, and presented, and we were very excited to receive some funding through the Ways and Means Committee. And so we wanted to come and let you know all the things we've done since last September when we stood before you. So on the next slide, I wanted to give you, and I won't get into these numbers, but you may say, well, this is a Canton program. Why should we fund this? This is the only program that Canton Township offers that we don't require. We have no residency requirements. We don't charge non-residents any different rates. We welcome residents from all over the county and beyond. People love our program so much that they move away from Canton and they still drive their participants 45 minutes back to come and participate. So I wanted to show you the first column is what our therapeutic rec budget is currently today. The second is the revenue that we've brought back in. That's obviously subsidized, and you see our subsidy column, and then some of the funds that have been received. For 2023, those are of course year-to-date expenses. One of our highlights is that we've been able to add Becca to our staff. She's a full-time certified therapeutic rec specialist, and I'll explain why that's a bonus to us. But I say all that to say our expenses are up. We've got about another $90,000 left to get us through the end of this year. We're on a calendar fiscal year. And our revenue will be up too, but our subsidy is gonna be right in line with what it was in 22. So we're hoping to leverage the funds received through both the Ways and Means Committee and through DWIN. We haven't received those funds yet, so I kind of put that in italicized and kind of as a note. We're hoping to help offset some of that subsidy, but also grow the program, right? The idea is not to just stay the same. We want to keep increasing these program services for all of our participants, and we've got great demand. We have wait lists for every single program that we run. So we're not meeting the demand right now. With that, I will let Becca kind of share the mic.
So, there's lots of benefits of being a part of the county TR. So with not staying in just Canton, there's a larger participant base with more robust programming. I'll actually go in a little bit more detail about how many programs we offer. And another cool thing that's different and unique is that we offer the same rate for our participants. So they don't have like a non-resident or a resident fee, which I know that helps because you'll see we have a lot of people from all over the county. We're very consistent with program registration, which actually opens up here today. So a lot of our participants are already planning out what they're going to do for the next couple of months with us. And also one thing we've been working on is increasing the quality of staff because our numbers are getting, are up there. Now we just want the quality interactions to improve with that. So through having a CTRS on board, we can open up more internships, we can bring on more fieldwork students and really start training them from, school level up until working.
And I don't want to miss that point. We've all had issues with staffing levels, right, across the board. Therapeutic rec, you can imagine finding individuals passionate enough to work with this population and being patient enough and skilled enough to do it well is a huge challenge. By bringing Beck on board as a CTRS, we're allowed to have those students and interns. So now we have kind of an intake of students coming in that can train under her and get their field hours. So we're hoping this is, and we've already seen the benefits of this immediately this summer. So it's a huge add to be able to do this.
And then going into the next slide, currently, Canton, we do provide year-round programming through therapeutic recreation. Like I had previously mentioned, our participants pay the same fees. There's no different fees based on where you come from. And then our staff ratios, like we said, talk about like quality of staff and improving staff ratios and whatnot, just to make sure everybody's having the best quality time that they can have. And then in the next slide, I'm going to talk about participant breakdown by community. As you guys know, we don't only service Canton. Okay, so 41% come from Canton, 14% come from Plymouth, 7% Livonia, 35% other communities. And I listed just a few of those that I was seeing on our roster: Northville, Westland, Belleville, Ann Arbor, South Lyon, Flat Rock, Dearborn, Tecumseh, all over. They drive to come to programming because it's good quality programming.
There are, I think, almost 30 different communities that our participants come from.
Yep. In the next slide, just a quick programs and services. So we offer a wide variety within TR. Some of our big ones are our summer camps that run for 8 weeks in the summer. We have Camp Able, which is for children between 8 and 15, and then Camp Leisure Club, which is 15 and older. In addition to our summer camps, we do have a variety of year-round programming. We have a day program, leisure club, fitness club, and all sorts of special events, and just a calendar full of something every single week, multiple times a week. You will see on the next slide some of our highlights. So this is from January until now. We have offered an average of 35 programs per month. Of that, 342 monthly averages of attendances with 150 unique participants. So that means of the 150 participants, they are coming back and signing up for more programs. And then all of the programs since the start of 2023, 1,084 hours of programming.
If you think about that, I was doing some quick math. That's 25 40-hour work weeks of programming that we've been able to offer so far, and it's only August. So it's a lot of programming.
Yeah. Then there's lots more to come for the last couple of months. So just some quick TR highlights of 2023. The first being on the next slide, Well, I get to come on board. So you get a full-time certified therapeutic recreation specialist that will just oversee specifically TR. We also have extended our day program, which is called Buddies. It used to be once bi-weekly. Now it is twice weekly. So that's a pretty significant increase. We just ripped the Band-Aid off. And then we are also in the process of purchasing iPads for our programs to better assist in communication for our participants that might require a PECS program, which if you're unfamiliar, that's a picture exchange communication. So we are buying the iPads to use in the programs, and we will dedicate, make it special for what the program is. So through Leisure Club, Camp Able, and year-round programming, those will look and be programmed a little bit different for their needs. And then another one is our Camp Able is usually for 8-year-olds, the youngest, but this year they trialed bringing 7-year-olds on for half days to see how they would do. And hopefully in the future, we can, expand that to 7-year-olds as well.
You can imagine having a small child with a disability. A lot of times a child isn't fully diagnosed right until they get in kind of the elementary age level. So it's really difficult to offer programs for small children with disabilities because a lot of folks haven't embraced the fact that their child has a disability. So by incorporating 7-year-olds and starting kind of early, it's a nice transition. And most kids that young can't handle a full day camp, the sensory overload, just the attention span, right? A lot of us struggle with it. So let alone a child with a disability. So it was a really nice lead in for that.
Yeah. Yep. And it was successful, and they plan on doing it again next year. So that was good. And then on the next slide, there's just a few forward thinking items we're working towards. One of which is the creation of a coffee shop that would be within the summit. And the goal of the shop would allow for vocational skills within our participants. So that will be solely be run by TR and their participants. We also, I know we just expanded our day program, but we want to continue to expand that. So from going from bi-weekly to twice weekly now, the goal eventually would be to be 5 days a week. I know they would love that. Another thing for forward thinking is a dedicated TR space within the summit. And then also, with this additional community support greater than Canton, because remember our participants, they're from the whole county. So
yeah, in the early days, in our first go of the program from 2004 to 15, we worked with all the other communities, and we would like nothing more than to do that. Communities don't have to bring resources to the table. They can offer us to host us in their community center. Staff will put the program together. We'll promote it. Becca and her team are already in touch with the families and parents and independent living services in the community. So we really want this to be a Western Wayne County program. That's what it's intended to be. It's better when it's that way. And so now that Becca's on board, I've thrown a lot at her here in a short amount of time, but we're going to start reaching back out to the communities and getting more engagement. But the funds received through the Ways and Means Committee have been what Canton took a leap of faith to hire a full-time specialist, because we knew that was what it was going to take to get us to the next level. So we've done that, we've committed that, and so we appreciate the start and the funding through that to be able to do that.
Well, thank you. And I think one other great, are you still going forward?
There's just real
Okay.
quickly, there's one more slide.
Okay.
We are really excited. So I know a lot of you in your communities have received ARPA funds. We are in the process of renovating a Ford factory. And I'm very proud to say that our leadership is committed to using this space for therapeutic rec programming as a hub. So that day program that Becca mentioned, we're going to have a full-fledged facility, dedicated space for that. And I'm very proud of that. It's going to be in the heart of our Cherry Hill Village, which is going to be bustling here in the next year or two. And just shows you that how committed we are to the process and the community is.
So this was ARPA funds that Canton gave you?
So this is a combination of county funds and
Okay.
Canton's match funds as well. So we've
Okay.
got about $9.5 million that are going into the village.
Into that Cherry Hill,
This
yeah.
building, will be a $1.7 million investment.
Okay. All right, great. I didn't realize that your program was affected by that. And you know what else is another good thing about this program when I first heard about it was giving the parents a break, and I think that's really important for families
I think-
to,
yeah.
It helps.
I think I shared last year. In full disclosure, my brother went through this program years ago. He's
Yeah.
42 years old now. But I was, as a brother, both my parents had to work, blue collar family. And my job in the summertime was to stay home and babysit for him and care for him, which meant I couldn't run the neighborhood with the other kids and play baseball in the field and do the things. And I never regretted that, it never bothered me. But when he went to Camp Able and spent the summer there, that meant that I got my summer. And that's what we provide for families. We provide opportunity for respite and for them to, and the participants can't wait to get there. So here as a parent, of a child, you've got a place where your child can't wait to go, and it gives you a break and allows you to do a lot of the things that you need to do. So huge service. I can't, obviously, you can tell how passionate we are about this program. And again, we've got big dreams here. So we appreciate any support that we can get with the program.
Appreciate that. And, before we go, Commissioner Kinlock, your commissioner is Melissa Dobb. She's not on this committee, but, and she's not here today, but, just for the record, I'm sure
Absolutely.
she's fighting for you with
She is
this
very
too.
supportive and
Yeah.
we very much appreciate her help.
Commissioner Kinlock.
Yes, thank you for the presentation. And can you provide us with that slide,
Absolutely.
the slides? Commissioner Dobb has, as Commissioner Marecki said, is advocating for some restoration in this upcoming fiscal year. I have had some conversations with both the chair and the administration. And so we're trying to, work out the budget and identify what that amount will be. And as we were talking, I reached out to DWIN and they of course, are allocating the usual, the normal amount
Very good.
there.
Thank
So,
you. Yeah.
so definitely I'm looking forward to, you continue to serve the citizens of Wayne County with this program. Yeah, and the families of Wayne County more so.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to leverage the heck out of these dollars. So we're going
I
to
failed to mention Commissioner Kinlock, if you don't know, is the chair of Ways and Means.
Absolutely.
So,
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate this work. I can't tell you how excited we were last year to get the initial funding and the thought of being able to grow this program. This has been a baby of ours for, almost 30 years now. So I've been with the township for 27 years. And from that day, we've been trying to grow this program. So this is kind of a
You're on the
labor
way.
of love here. So.
Commissioner, are you done?
Oh, I'm
Commissioner
done.
Kinlock?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Commissioner Palomero.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do remember when these funds have been in jeopardy over the years. And I can honestly say this is as good a money well spent that we do anything in the county. I am so glad to see this program thrive like it is. And I certainly hope it's at least funded at the same level as in the past. Keep up your great work.
Thank you so much.
Anyone else? Commissioner Hattis?
I agree with both my colleague. I really appreciate that. Do you know if there is other community offer the same service in Wayne County?
Others through the years, but you can imagine a program like this is very difficult to administer. So
Yes.
we're the last one standing in Wayne County.
We appreciate you still standing and we hope the commission in Wayne County would contribute to the success in the future of this program. It's really needed. I believe so. I see so many people who need that service in Wayne County. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming in for the update. Good work. I mean, you have a lot of possibilities just in front of you, especially going out to other communities,
Yes.
like you said. So just keep up the good work and thank you for coming all the way down.
And I should have mentioned in the beginning, but our township supervisor, Anne Marie Graham Hudak, she sends her regrets. We had an employee pass away in the funeral services at the same time.
Oh,
So
sure.
she really wanted to come down, but she was unable to join us today.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I
I
thought that
know.
we would do her proud and
Yeah.
share with you, but she wanted me to pass that along to you.
Okay, well, thank you. It's our condolences to the family of that employee. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Madam Clerk, next item.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
Okay, there are none.
G, public comments.
Okay, anyone from the chamber here that would like to address CAPS? Okay, have we gotten any emails, Madam Clerk?
No emails were received.
Okay, how about hands up? Is there anyone from the public on Zoom or on the phone that would like to address the Committee on Public Services?
There are no hands raised on Zoom.
Okay. One more time, anyone from the public that would like to address this committee? All right, hearing none. Next item.
Move to adjourn.
Okay. All right.